All this effort, and we're going to move 2 cars up into the C. All right, here we go, Eagle Raceway. 8 laps. Top 2 moving on. Green flag is out. Top 3, Lane Malchow, Joe Baker, and Bryce Walker. Bryce Walker looking to the low side, trying to take over that second spot. He's got it at a 2. The 11H, Nick Morris, having a little issue on the front stretch. Bryce Walker now your new race leader. Oh, hold on to it. Joe Baker up the racetrack a little bit. That allows Lane Malchow to get back by. Bryce Walker, Lane Malchow, Joe Baker, Justin Jensen. 11H bringing out the caution. That's Nick Morris. Excuse me. 31K, Crystal Carmen brought out the caution. And then they've got a long ways to go to qualify for the B. 5 laps left to go. Bryce Walker, Lane Malchow, Joe Baker, Justin Jensen, Mike Leonard, Nick Morris. Good start for Walker. He's going to pull down the backstretch, adding to his advantage over Malchow and Baker. Baker and Malchow going at it for that final transfer spot. Bryce Walker coming up on lap traffic, gets by, no problem. Baker now with a big run on the outside. Joe Baker taking over that second and final transfer spot. Both these top 2 drivers, Bryce Walker and Joe Baker, former Sport Compact drivers, moving up into the Sport Modified division over the last couple of years. Oh, a little bit of push there for Joe Baker up the racetrack, but he's going to get a big run down the backstretch. Coming to the white flag lap, this time for Bryce Walker, Joe Baker, and Lane Malchow. Baker really closing in on Walker now. Final time down the backstretch. Out of turn 4, picking up the win, the 16W of Bryce Walker. Punching his ticket into the C feature, finishing second. It's going to be the 6-in-law, Joe Baker.
To the outside of the 5H, that's Sean Hine. Row 5, it's the 14K, Melissa Latour. To the outside of the 31S, Jacob Swanson. And then it is your D feature transfers, a Walker and the 6 machine of Baker. As we are racing. Good start for Dinky. Rolls right through the center of 1 and 2. He'll grab the early lead. Riffle moves up into second. Once again, top 2 transfer on to the B feature. Amber Cook sitting in third. Mary Hahn in fourth. Here comes Steve Divot on the move. The 11X, a little bit of rubber between he and Draper. Here comes Flock into the mix as well. Top 2 cars, now top 3 cars have pulled away just a little bit. Flock looks to the inside of Divot. That's the battle for 5th. Off of 4, now into 1 and 2. Deaky starting to pull away. Riffle in second, Cook third, Hahn fourth, Divot fifth, Flock, Draper, Hine, Walker, Swanson, Baker, and Latour. Dana Deaky started outside row 1, and he is pulling away. Here comes Amber Cook. They're going to go 2 by 2 from second on back. The race for the transfer. Meanwhile, here comes Hahn to the inside of Divot. Divot up to 4th. Riffle pushes up. Here comes Cook. Divot into the mix as well. 3-car battle for the final transfer here in the C feature. And we've got one going around. That's the 16 machine in turn number 2, and the caution will fly. Bryce Walker goes around in turn number 2 just as that battle for this transfer was getting good. One and done, as Kurt said, here in the C feature. Are hot on the heels of the 413. Mary Hahn routing out your top 5. Half the field still about a straightaway back as we're set to go back green flag racing. Robert Draper with some heavy suspension issues. That car's not getting over on the right side, and he'll pull it into the infield. Tough break for the 62, Robert Draper. Swanson, problems on the 31S. He'll pull it into the infield. His night is done. Deaky works the middle of 1 and 2. Riffle holding off Amber Cook. Here comes the 9 as the caution will fly. Got a little bit of debris on the speedway. So Dana Deaky will lead him back to the green flag. Halfway down, 5 laps left to go. Riffle in second, Cook third, Hahn, Divot. Deaky runs the bottom 1 and 2. Riffle right through the center. Divot, the only one working the extreme high line. His momentum was cut off by Hahn. Here comes Hahn to the inside of Cook. Cook bounces on the middle of Riffle, and she'll take the spot. Amber Cook up to the final transfer. Riffle now outside looking in. And he'll have heavy company. Here comes Hahn and Divot to Riffle's inside. Up front, though, it's Deaky. Mary Hahn up to third now, trying to run down Cook. Steve Divot right there as well. Divot around Riffle. Tough restart there for Bo Riffle, and he gets into the outside guardrail. Divot right there as well. 2 to go for Dana Deaky. Starting to pull away once again over Amber Cook. Mary Hahn, Steve Divot. Here comes Sean Hine to the inside of Riffle. Those cars starting to run out of time to get to the transfer. Divot off the pace of the 11X. Looks like Steve Divot's night is done, and the caution will fly. It looks like he might have shot the drive shaft out of the top of turn number 3. Okay. Push trucks have been busy tonight.
Yeah.
Pushing push trucks and everything in between. Green flag back out. Deaky trying to hold off Cook. Cook has to be wary that Mary Hahn right behind her. 2 of the ladies in the division going at it for the final transfer. Here we go. Sean Hine into the mix as well. Mary Hahn up into the final transfer. White flag is out one more time around. Amber Cook tries one more time as they go down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. Oh, Cook pushes the cushion. Dana Deaky's going to win. Mary Hahn goes to the B. It'll be Hine, Cook, Riffle, Flock, Latour routing out your order. But how about it, your final transfers? It'll be Dana Deaky and Mary Hahn moving to the B feature.
Tough break for Amber Cook. Drove a great race. But on that final lap, man, that car just developed one heck of a push.
There you go.
Just remember, if you're taking too many drinks, take an Uber. Let's do it safe. It's never my fault. My mother will attest to that. And my girlfriend. Braden Latour, Tyler Nehru going to take the field into the green flag. Out of turn number 2, Tyler Nehru looking to make his way into the A one more time. Car around turn 2. That's Ari Scout in the 99. Also seeing the 36 of Deaky as the caution will wave again.
Aluminum curls, we're going to be fit.
And see, I got my tennis elbow strap on because I didn't switch enough.
Set to go back, green flag racing. Tyler Narad went from a C to a top 5 of the A. He starts in a B, and he's got the lead right now. Adam Verbka in second as we stay clean and green. Narad clicks him off.
Top 5 moving on. Tyler Narad working the high side. Verbka working the low side. Braden Latour also on the high side in third. 4th is Steven Swarthout. 5th is Michael Sherwood in that zero machine. That's your 5 cars that are trying to punch their ticket into the A feature.
Sean Davis and Ari Scouten outside looking in, trying to catch Sherwood. Sherwood starting to close in on Swarthout. Here comes Scouten, who went around early, but he is making his way to the front. He is 1 spot out looking in. Mary Hahn right there as well.
Steven Swarthout really dug into the racetrack in turn 4, hopped up the track, opened up the door for Ari Scouten. Ari Scouten trying to get that 5th and final transfer spot. All the while back to the front, 5 laps left to go. Narud, Verbka, Latour, Swarthout, Scouten's got that final transfer spot.
That is the race to watch right now. Scouten raced his way into the show right there with that move. Sherwood not done yet though, as we're down to 4 remaining. Tyler Narad on the top side of the speedway. Adam Verbka about a half a straightaway back. Latour back and forth, Latour in third, Swarthout 4th. Scouten rounding out your top 5.
Tyler Narud, Adam Verbka, Braden Latour, Steven Swarthout, Ari Scouten closing in on Swarthout. Scouten up the racetrack, hard into the throttle down the backstretch. Swarthout pulls away, 2 to go for Tyler Narud.
Could see some lap traffic for Tyler Narad. We'll see how it turns out, as he'll have the 15 of Tyler Diekey about a straightaway ahead of him, but the white flag is out, so maybe he will not get to him. Michael Sherwood starting to make a charge towards Scouten, but running out of time. 1 to go.
Final time out of turn number 4. Your winner, the 5T, will be Tyler Narud. Adam Verbka will get a chance to make it 2 weeks in a row. Braden Latour holds on for third. Steven Swarthout and Ari Scouten is your final transfer.
Boy, Michael Sherwood had one last charge out of it, just comes up a little bit short. Good race for that final transfer, but how about a race fans? Your winner, Tyler Narad. Here we go, Eagle Raceway, 18 laps the distance. Your Sportmods presented to you tonight by Avid Realty, set to go green. Tightening up, race fans, it is Sportmod showtime!
Sean Pospish a little loose on the start. He'll have the lead into turn 1, but Derek Hall to his outside. Hall's gonna get a big run on the outside, down the backstretch. Derek Hall takes the race lead away.
Excellent start for Derek Hall, works the middle of 3 of 4. He'll lead lap 1, Pospish in second. Slough will hold on for third. He's got a hornet's nest around him.
Cars going 3 wide, 4 wide. Arbogast, Williams, and Matt McAtee all battling behind Slough for that 4th, 5th, and 6th spot.
Boy, Derek Hall up front. He is leaving them so far in this one. Pospish, Slough in that 3rd spot, running the bottom side. Here comes Arbogast. And oh, Noah Williams took a hard right turn to the outside. He's able to keep it under him.
Arbogast working the low side again out of turn 4. Arbogast gets the 4th spot back away from Williams. Then it's McAtee. Here comes Armstrong.
Slicing and dicing, Pospish holding off. Here comes Arbogast to the inside. He'll take the spot away from Slough. Williams to the outside as well. Here comes Armstrong to the outside of McAtee.
Arbogast looking underneath. Pospisil for that second spot, not able to get it done in 1 and 2. We'll go back to work at 3 and 4. 13 laps to go for the 44D of Derek Hall. Sean Pospisil, Ryan Arbogast, Noah Williams, and Jacob Slough.
Good racing all the way around the speedway. Deeper in the field, Lance Borgman side by side with Matt Andrews and Adam Armstrong. Meanwhile, Arbogast to the inside of Pospisil, put Ryan Arbogast into second.
Pospisil back to third. Noah Williams working that high side. He wants the third spot away from Pospisil. Pospisil goes high, takes the line away from Noah Williams. Williams, though, big run on the outside.
Noah Williams battling all night long here in this feature. Meanwhile, here comes Gary Sadoff. Where'd the 96 come from? Making a charge to the front. There's a hornet's nest from about 7th on back. Armstrong, Andrews, Borgman, and Slough.
Oh, up the track goes Pospisil, puts Williams into the wall. And Gary Sadoff up to the third spot. Impressive run for Sadoff during the heat race. If we get a caution, it'll be interesting to see if he can wrestle this lead away from Derek Hall.
Jacob Slough's night is done. He pulls it into the pit area. Boy, Derek Hall is putting it on him here tonight. He's already meeting lap traffic within the next lap. Meanwhile, Arbogast and Sadoff going at it for second. Williams in fourth, Pospisil fifth, and he's got a lot of good cars coming up from behind.
Derek Hall pulling up on lap traffic. They leave a lane. Hall's able to get by clean on the outside. He'll come to 7 laps left to go. Arbogast in second. Sadoff in third. Fourth is Williams. Fifth is Pospisil.
Derek Hall with the lap car and a whole straightaway between he and Arbogast. The next one to go a lap down will be Latour. Be another lap or two before he catches him, but Arbogast goes a little too high, but Sadoff snaked a little bit of a hole in turn 4. That opens up the door for Williams going into 1.
Williams starting to reel in Gary Sadoff. 3 wide down the back stretch. Adam Armstrong, Lance Borgman, and Matt McAtee.
Boy, that has been a fun battle to watch all feature long. Look at Andrews to the inside of McAtee, Borgman right there, Armstrong to the inside of Pospisil. Meanwhile, Williams trying to work the high line, trying to get around Sadoff.
Look at Tyler Nayrud out of the B feature, battling with some of the best in the sport modified division. Arbogast in second, Sadoff in third, Williams in fourth, Adam Armstrong up to fifth, Pospisil back to sixth, Borgman, Nayrud, and Andrews all battling for that final spots.
Derek Hall, a 4.5 second lead on the field. He is just about to receive lap traffic with 2 to go. 2 to go for Derek Hall as he goes in the bottom side of 1 and 2.
He's coming up on Tommy Etherton and Braden Latour. Basically, he could take it easy for the last 2 laps and still cruise the victory.
These cars do not have rear view mirrors. He does not know how far back Arbogast is, but he has definitely got a cushion as everyone's running out of time as Derek Hall will take him down the back straightaway. The 44D picked up 1 win a season ago. He's already got win number 1 in 2022. Derek Hall, your winner.
Coming home in second, a close second. The 2 of Ryan Arbogast holds on. Gary Sadoff in third. Fourth will be Noah Williams. Top 5 ends up being the 6A of Adam Armstrong.
Hey Dan, I don't know if you understand how meaningful it is for these Sportmod drivers to go clean and green. They get in free next week.
2 weeks in a row, they get in for free. You know, it's kind of odd. At a lot of other tracks, the Sportmods do have issues, but for some reason, in Eagle Raceway, they're able to keep it together and stay green.
And they've got the most cars, too.
Amazing.
Eagle Raceway hanging out down here on the front stretch for another interview with your Avid Realty Sport Modified feature winner, Derek Hall, new dad, refreshed race car, back in victory lane, put a clinic on him.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the track tonight is an elbows up type of racetrack, and it's pretty special to be able to celebrate a win with my son the second night out racing. So.
And your wife?
And my wife, yeah.
Because it's what weekend?
It's a Mother's Day weekend. You're right.
I couldn't let you. I mean, everybody else has been picking up all the good mom points. I couldn't let you just slide that one by. Run us through some sponsors and support on this 44D machine.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my crew, my family, my wife, my daughter, my son, my mom. I think Ben with Only Pro. I got to thank ABC Printing, Omaha Mail, Cam, Donald and Nikki with Battery Systems. And yeah, I think that's about it.
All right, Eagle Raceway, make some noise for him one more time. Second career sport modified feature win, the 44D, Derek Hall.